Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of our request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now let's start with the first story. It's called Wine Compliance. I work as a wine salesman in a curated wine shop, meaning we select everything ourselves, not just take whatever the distributors push. It also means we're expected to know our stuff and help customers make thoughtful, informed choices. Most of our customers love this. Some, however, do not. Enter A and B, a couple sent our way by a friend. A was excited, recognized some bottles from a party and was clearly into the shop's vibe. B, on the other hand, acted like they'd been forced to drink boxed wine. Every time A pointed to a bottle they liked, B shut it down with comments like, "Really? That one? That tasted awful. You want that?" This appeared to be their dynamic. They tell me they are hosting a spring garden party. Light food, nice weather. I recommended wines perfect for that. Crisp whites, dry rosés, light reds. A really solid, balanced list. But B shut down every single suggestion. Eventually A has had enough. They apologize to me, tell B they'll pick one bottle themselves, and let me put together the rest of the order. A storms out, B checks out, and I think I'm done. I am not done. Next morning I walk in, and B is already waiting, holding the 3 bottles they picked, all the same wine. "This wine is off," B says, like they are holding a dead squirrel. Okay, this happens occasionally. Most of the time, customers just don't like the wine. We are happy to exchange it anyway, customer service and all that. But I cracked the bottle to be sure. It's hot, like 80 degrees hot. Sun isn't even up high yet. This wine has clearly been mistreated. I tasted it anyway, and surprise, it's perfectly fine. Just warm wine. So I look B in the eye and say, "This is actually a great bottle. Nothing wrong with it at all. You just didn't like it, did you?" B turns red. "Yeah, I guess so. Let's find something you like," I say sweetly. "Do you have any Super Tuscans?" they ask. Oh boy, do we ever. We've got 2. One is lovely, balanced, reasonably priced. Not a bad garden party pick. The other is a monstrous bottle of liquid asphalt for $90. A wine that bullies your food and then demands rent. I give B the monster. I describe it with passion. Heavy, bold, powerful, crushes food pairings. Amazing. B loves the sound of it. Returns the 3 bottles they hated. Buys 3 of the wine I know will be a disaster at their warm weather garden party. Even with the refund, they drop an extra $130. The next story is called Keeper of the Dress Code. This happened about 20 years ago, back when I was in 7th grade, around 12 or 13 years old. Our science teacher, Mrs. Evans, was not the kind of teacher you remember fondly. She had the energy of a DMV line, and seemed to get actual joy from enforcing the dress code with an iron fist. Sending kids, mostly girls, to the principal for shoulders or hat wearing was practically a hobby. By mid-year, at least 75% of our class had been sent out for some kind of dress code violation. I had managed to avoid her wrath until one fateful day, when I showed up wearing my standard, a t-shirt and jeans. Nothing new, same thing I'd worn dozens of times. Except this time, there was a tiny tear at the knee of my jeans. Nothing dramatic, just the result of being an outdoorsy kid. But to Mrs. Evans, it was sacrilege. She told me the tear was a distraction, and that I needed to either change or go to the principal. I went to my locker, grabbed a stapler, and stapled the tear shut. Problem solved. Right? Wrong. Back in class, she said that wasn't good enough. If I came back again with torn jeans, I had to go to the office. So I went right back to my locker, grabbed a pair of scissors, and cut the entire pant leg off, right at the knee. No more tear. Just one normal leg and one glorious George situation. I strutted back into class like a fashion-forward pirate. Mrs. Evans was livid. The entire class was now very much distracted, which somehow seemed to offend her even more than the original tear. She quoted the school handbook. No phrase on clothing. So off to the principal I went. The principal, upon seeing me with one pant leg and one shorts leg, just blinked. Let me guess. Mrs. Evans? I nodded. He sighed. Just put on your gym shorts and be done with it. I did exactly what he said. I put on my gym shorts over my jeans. The frayed, mutilated jeans remained underneath like a badge of honor. Back in class, Mrs. Evans sees me and calls the principal directly from the classroom phone to report my continued rebellion. I didn't hear what he said, but I did see the aftermath. Mrs. Evans hung up, flushed red, and continued the lesson. She never called me out on dress code again. Not once. For the rest of middle school. The last story is called ADA Exemption. Last summer, my workplace got a new manager, someone I'd be reporting to directly. She had decades of professional experience, but absolutely zero experience managing people, and it showed, big time. She got about a month to learn the ropes before I was transitioned from reporting to our director to her. In our first official meeting, she told me that I now needed to be on site 3 days a week, clocking in at my scheduled start time. Here's the thing, for 18 months I'd been working a hybrid schedule, clocking in from home and coming in once or twice a week as needed. This had been cleared by both my previous manager and the director I reported to directly for nearly 9 months. During the management gap, it was never an issue. On top of that, I let her know that I'd been dealing with some undiagnosed but extremely unpleasant gut issues, especially in the mornings. It made commuting early a real challenge. I wasn't asking for special treatment, just a little understanding. Her response? Come in at your scheduled times or get an ADA exemption. Cool, let's do that. I took her advice and began the ADA accommodation process. Within just a few weeks, I had it locked in. A couple months later, I received an official diagnosis. The gut stuff was very real. As for my manager, she clearly didn't like the job and, unsurprisingly, left after about 9 months. But thanks to her inflexible, micromanaging attitude, I now have permanent clearance to clock in from home, indefinitely. So, thanks. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.